Building your own home is sort of the prerogative of the comfortably off, complacent, middle-aged, isn't it? People like me, for example. But I'm going to meet somebody who's going to blow that idea out of the water. She's 30, she's never owned a place, and she's going to build her own house. Catherine Tyler is a young interior designer who lives with her boyfriend Chris Brown in beautiful Falmouth. She's never owned her own home, but now she wants to build one. Yes! At the moment, Catherine and Chris are living and working from home. Not theirs, but Catherine's mum's. The plan that'll change this cosy arrangement arose several years ago, after Catherine's parents bought the house and discovered, quite by chance, there was a building plot at the bottom of the garden.
It was very jammy. I can't imagine a million years that you get. And I think the thing that was amazing was when we saw the deeds, we saw that there was an extra plot of land.
Then, Catherine, you came down, but you said, Mum, you always want to build a house. How about this? That's how it came about. And then we said, OK, you go ahead, and that starts the ball rolling.
I always had the intention of building quite soon, but then my father got ill in 2007 and he sadly passed away. So that stalled things, and so we waited until now, and we just thought it seems like the right time. And it's been 5 years in the making, really. So, I just want to get started there.
Discovering a plot at the bottom of the garden might be an extraordinary piece of serendipity. But Catherine will have to negotiate the steep hill behind her mum's place to build on it. Is it that house up there?
Yeah, it's just at the top.
Oh, I can see there's the garden path coming
just
through.
About, yeah.
Just above the precipice.
A bit of a dangerous drop.
Yeah. And what is it you're going to put up here?
It's a 4-bedroom house, about 200 square metres.
And what is the building? I mean, I suppose, given the fact that you're interior designers, that does ring some alarm bells in my head, because it tends to make me think that it's all going to be about what the building looks like rather than how it functions.
Oh no, I'm definitely one for functionality.
What are the ideas that are going into the building, the philosophy, the approach?
It's very simple, really, and I've basically gone for functionality over anything really extravagant. I was quite influenced by Scandinavian architecture, and I think the Scandinavians over time have been quite renowned for their more ecologically minded ways.
So this new house, then, what will that give you?
Well, it will give us the freedom to kind of have our friends around a lot more. I think it's kind of one of those things you kind of respect your parents. You don't want friends popping around all the time, really. So.
I suppose that's an interesting point, isn't it? That when you live in a very high-pressure household where you're working and living together, there are some things have got to go.
Yeah, completely. There are compromises.
And I suppose a social life, a domestic social life is one of those.
Well, it's just kind of respect for my mum, really, and it's her space. She doesn't want people staying around till 3 in the morning.
As the solution to her problems, Catherine's designed, with the help of a friend, an L-shaped house which will be constructed using 2 very different methods. Downstairs will be built from bricks and mortar, distinctively painted white around a zoned open-plan layout. At the front, there'll be a living room separated by shelving from the dining area and kitchen. Catherine's design studio will be at the back of the house, lit by full-height glass doors looking over the front entrance. The upstairs will be very different in construction, as bricks and mortar give way to a lightweight, insulated timber frame, which will be sharply clad in red cedar to contrast with the white brick. Catherine's managed to divide this relatively small space into 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. But her best ruse is to have conjured up enough space for 2 balconies, the larger having clever built-in planters and an outdoor fireplace cum barbecue. Not only is Catherine making the most of every square inch within the house, but also every bit of space on the site as well. By building a huge garage underground, she'll also be able to get a substantial garden onto this tight plot. Spatially, this design is clever and expedient. Aesthetically, it's understated simplicity, something that demands a very rigorous and attentive approach. And Catherine will have no one to blame if she gets it wrong, because she'll be overseeing the whole project herself, from her mum's attic. You're going to be project managing this as well as being the client, yeah?
Yeah, I've done bits of project management for my other projects, so hopefully I've got a bit of a clue.
But are you working with the main contractor, or are you employing subbies separately?
I'm employing subbies directly, yeah.
So you are truly project managing
I guess so,
and coordinating all of these trades.
Yeah, as far as
Have you got them lined up?
Yep, they're all lined up at the moment.
And so how much is it going to cost, this project?
It's going to be around 290.
And where's all that money coming from? I can't believe you've earned that out of your interior.
No. No, I mean, I've saved a lot. I worked really hard over the last few years and I've been doing like 6 projects at a time. The rest of it's on a mortgage, basically. Also, my mum's been very kind to let me borrow against this house. So it's actually been a much better way for me to borrow the money than...
Bank of Mum.
Well, yeah.
What about time and schedule?
The schedule as it stands is about a year we're looking at. Because also I've got to weigh up the time that I'm going to dedicate to my own work as well. I can't be 100% on this, which is...
So you're going to try and balance your work as well?
Well, I've got a few things at the beginning which I'm trying to get out of the way. So,
hell.
Yeah, I've got a few projects that are about to be tied up in the next 2 or 3 months.
Which it's very exciting to find someone so passionate, so kind of involved, so connected, but also so young. You know,
maybe.
You're under some pressure then to not blow this, aren't you? Does that not scare you?
It does, and yeah, it does. I'm not going to pretend it isn't. I mean, our life's a learning curve, and you know that's what I'm kind of embracing about it all.
Eager to set a pace, Catherine started work on the foundations in summer on this inaccessible site. Her experience as an interior designer will of course be invaluable here. But whilst I admire her unbridled optimism, this is more than just an interior. Building a whole house is a very different prospect. And as she juggles her professional work with building her own home, she treads a difficult path. Catherine's proceeding without a project manager. She's doing the whole thing herself, and she's very young. On the other hand, she is immensely able, isn't she? And she's got the foundations already out of the ground 2 weeks early.